Last week, the changes from the recent NAR settlement went into effect nationwide. Now, as a wholesaler, you have to stay informed on changes to the real estate industry. So in this video, I'm going to quickly summarize and simplify, like in very easy to understand terms, because there is a lot of confusion, speculation, and misinformation out there. What the major changes are that you need to be aware of, and how you can expect them to impact you as a wholesaler. What's up, guys? Mike Hill, the Wholesaling Titan here, and I've been receiving a lot of questions about this settlement, which is the largest change to the National Association of Realtors in at least the last 20 to 30 years. So first, what is NAR? NAR stands for the National Association of Realtors, which is the largest trade association in the United States, represents about 1.5 million real estate professionals. Now, they manage the practices and set the standards, the ethics, and regulations associated with realtors. So basically, to be called a realtor, you have to be a member of NAR. So effective on August 17th, a new set of rules were put into place that affect how real estate professionals do business, how they get paid, and who pays them. So what are the primary changes? So historically, buyers were not typically expected to pay their real estate agent directly. Instead, a realtor commission, usually around 6%, were paid by the homeowner. Now, the settlement argues that this practice of home sellers covering the buyer's agent commission is unfair and it's anti-competitive. So now agents are no longer allowed to advertise commission fees to buyer's agents on the MLS. Now, the justification and intended purpose is that buyer's agents won't filter and prioritize showing homes that include a higher payout for them. But the bigger change is between buyers and their real estate agents, referred to as buyer's agents. So buyers must now sign a legally binding representation agreement with their agent before the agent can show them any properties. Now, these agreements inform buyers that any commission is fully negotiable and outlines how their agent gets paid. Meaning, if a seller doesn't agree to pay their agent, the buyer is likely going to need to cough it up. Also, a buyer's agent can't receive more compensation than what the buyer initially signed onto, even if a seller is willing to offer more. Now, according to the settlement, the purpose of this is to bring more transparency to the process and potentially create a more competitive market. So, how will this affect the market in general? Now, with this being new, my opinions and really the opinions of anyone speaking on the subject, even so-called real estate experts, are going to be speculative. Okay, only time will tell. So take any predictions, with a grain of salt. So we talked about transparency and more competition, which can be seen as a good thing, but this could also put additional pressure on buyers. Many first-time home buyers in particular say that they don't have the additional funds to cover their agent commission. And personally, I think it's just a matter of semantics. I mean, buyers in this situation are likely just going to offer 3% less on the purchase price, although granted, not all buyers will be able to do that. Now, this might slightly bring down the price of homes, but probably will not have a massive impact. Now, that said, I think it is going to make business more difficult for buyers' agents. I mean, look, nobody wants to work for free. Buyers might be hesitant to sign these binding showing agreements, and buyers' agents are going to need to do a better job at communicating the value that they bring and negotiating their compensation. Now, a lot of experts predict that a lot of realtors will be exiting the space, but that's more likely to affect like brand new buyers agents, part-time agents, and maybe even tenured agents who are likely just resistant to change. Look, changes in businesses happen all the time. There are those who resist and they die off, and there are those who adapt and are successful. And then finally, I think it's safe to say that the average number of days days on market for a property to sell, that's likely going to go up. All right. So how will this affect you as a wholesaler? Now, guys, if you're worried about this, remember there are always going to be people who preach doom and gloom. You can say the glass is half full or it's half empty. You'll still be right either way. Now, I'm the optimistic type, and I don't think this is going to have a massive impact on wholesalers and could even be beneficial. Here's what I think you should keep in mind. First, this means that you should be dealing directly with listing agents so you won't be on the hook for paying a buyer commission. This is something I've been saying for years anyway, so no real change there. Next, with the expectation that homes may take longer to sell, wholesalers can benefit more by communicating their ability to buy fast. And on that note, it's logical to assume that many listed homes will probably see less buyers. So I really want to really stress the importance of your cash buyers list. Okay, focus on building up your buyers list, and you can bring so much value to the marketplace while still making massive profits, especially now that many realtors will be struggling with this. And if you guys don't mind a slight plug, I make these videos, just to help people out of the rat race. I feel like really that's like my calling in life. But selfishly, I've done hundreds of JV deals, largely with people that find me online. And it's a secondary, admittedly selfish motivation. So if you don't have a lot of buyers and you're down to partner up, you can even use me as a plan B. I'm always down. Just shoot me an email at mike@wholesalingwithmike.com or reach out in your favorite social media app. I've been actively building my buyers list since 2012. And look, I can sell deals in like a weekend. So hit me up and I can give you criteria for what's selling best right now. Okay, so while the implications and changes of this massive settlement are yet to be realized, I think this will have an effect primarily on traditional buyers and buyers agents the most, some impact on sellers, but minimal impact on wholesalers. As middlemen between homeowners and cash buyers, we're usually able to adapt the best. And if you hear any fear mongering or naysayers, if any of that stuff's been getting into your head and making you hesitant to take action, don't let it get to you. Okay, this can actually be a win for wholesalers. Now, that said, we have seen other regulatory practices, legislation, and pushback, particularly from NAR, that could make wholesaling more difficult. We've already seen this to varying degrees in states like Illinois, South Carolina, Pennsylvania, Oklahoma, and more. But despite this, there are still ways to wholesale in all states, but you may need to overcome a few more barriers to entry, or you could just do deals with me here in Florida. So that means you do have to stay up to date with what's happening in the real estate marketplace. You have to know how to adapt, and that's what I'm here for. So now is the part of the video where I humbly ask for that subscription. Please do hit that subscribe button for me and stay tuned to the channel where I'll keep you guys updated on all this stuff, the latest with NAR, the latest in the real estate industry, and show you the latest techniques, how to be a successful wholesaler. So now, please let me know in the comments what questions you guys have, what video you'd like for me to make next. And thank you guys so much for watching today. And I'll see you in the next video. All right, peace.